Hey there, this is Kristen with I Love My Body Fitness and KristenFitness.com here for your Tuesday tip. And today's tip is all about how to stop stress eating. Now, this is something that a lot of our Beachbody challengers have been going through right now because they've been eating very well for the last 4 weeks, and they're getting to a point where they need to start laying down solid habits in place so that they can maintain all the awesome weight that they've lost throughout this challenge. Now, changing your habits around stress eating is probably one of the most challenging things you will ever go through. And just to give you an idea, I'm still working on it, and I've been working on it for years. But here's a couple tips that should help you along the way. And the first tip is to identify why you are stress eating in the first place. So I study with a company called Z Health. You can find more information about them on zhealth.net. And their question is always, what happened before what happened happened? And that's a long way of just saying that, what was going on before you started stress eating. And here's a couple things that I hear about most frequently with clients. Like, usually they didn't get a good night's sleep the night before, and they're finding it really, really hard to make good choices in the moment. The second thing is sometimes they get overly stressed at work and they just need a way to escape. So, stress eating kind of allows them to take time for themselves and do something that they really like that comforts them. So the third thing that happens is a lot of times people don't get balanced meals throughout the day. So meaning, if you're eating, carbs for breakfast, like maybe cereal for breakfast, if you're eating a big sandwich for lunch, and then maybe you're snacking on some granola for a snack in the mid-afternoon, you've probably had a lot of things that are heavily carb-based, and that's going to make your blood sugar do all sorts of crazy things and give you a lot of crazy cravings. So it's best to try to think about balancing your meals with a protein, fat, and carb in an amount that works for your body throughout the day so that you don't experience such cravings. So that's the first thing. Really identify why that stress eating is happening in the first place. And the second thing is start to create contingency strategies around those things that are going wrong so that you can stop your stress eating in its tracks. So for instance, if you're not getting a lot of sleep the night before and you're finding it really hard to make sound decisions about eating during the day, maybe your focus should be on how can I get more sleep so that I make better food choices the next day. If you're feeling overly stressed at work because your boss is, getting on you all the time, maybe then your strategy should be focused on how can I de-stress myself and comfort myself in a way that doesn't include stress eating. So maybe things like taking a walk, playing with your puppy, of course that's mine, because I have a cute little puppy, or playing with your kids, or whatever it happens to be, going to an exercise class that you enjoy, just something that allows you to escape and comforts you that doesn't involve stress eating. And the third thing we talked about, which was getting in balanced meals. Like if you notice that a lot of your meals are heavily carb-based, and a lot of times when I first start working with clients, that's what I find personally, then how can you create more balance with your meals? So if you are eating like a bagel for breakfast, how can you maybe add some protein and healthy fat to that so that, you're not just eating the bread and your blood sugar is kind of starting in an imbalanced way in the beginning of the day? So those are a couple things to start thinking about around stress eating, and I want you to know that in order to lay new habits in place, it's very, very tough. And a lot of people talk about, if you do this one thing for 21 days, then it'll definitely become a solid habit in your life and you'll change for good. And I have not personally found that, just so you know, I'm not a big proponent of that. And I used to try to make that happen, but it never really worked for me. So honestly, the smaller the change that you can make, the better. Because honestly, it takes a lot to change anything in life, and it takes a lot of neural rewiring so that you can set new habits in place. So what you're going to want to do after you identify what's making you stress eat is to try and lay down those strategies, step by step. So how are you going to get more sleep at night? Well, I'm going to get into bed earlier, okay? But that requires a lot of things to happen. You have to think it through a little bit. So, I mean, you're gonna have to make sure that you stop looking at your phone, that you turn off the TV, that you tell your husband or your wife that, hey, I gotta get to bed earlier. So you have to start kind of laying down those strategies in place so that you can make one thing happen. So if you try one thing and it doesn't work for you, don't totally give up. That's great information. Take it in and just know that, okay, that one thing didn't work for me, so here's what I'm going to try next. Anyway, that's my tip around stress eating for you today. And next Tuesday, I'm going to talk about what to do if you have laid some strategies in place, but they're not working for you and you end up stress eating anyway. What are the ways that you can kind of lower the impact of those stress eating situations on your weight? Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you got a lot out of this video, and I will see you next Tuesday. Adios.